Cool, thank you guys for staying. We're going to do a Q&A now. We'll have some questions for the audience at the end, so start thinking of those now. And I'd like to call out Amar, I'd like to call out Adnan, who's co-writer. I'll give you all what they are.
I grew up in Stouffville, and I've been in the States for over 10 years, so this was the first time I got to come back home and shoot here. It meant a lot. It was really special, and like you said, yeah, getting to shoot Toronto as Toronto was amazing, and to see the city shine was really cool.
Given the story, given that it's based on the places that I used to visit myself, I knew it had to be here and it had to be on location, and it needed to be something that felt really familiar to all of us that are from this city. Kanan and I, funny enough, were childhood friends who went our different paths, and then I remember reading this incredibly good article or this essay about Harold and Kumar that ended up winning a bunch of awards, and it was Adnan Khan, and I was like, there's no fucking way it's the same guy. And looked it up, and it was my Adnan Khan, who I grew up with. And so we reconnected as adults, and I talked to him about coming on board, and he said yes, and his first novel had just come out or was about to come out. And yeah, it was one of the smartest things I've ever done.
We hung out for an hour, maybe more, I don't remember, but yeah, we just had such a great rapport, and then when we got to
I think it was 4 hours.
we had Zoomed, but meeting in person, it felt really effortless, and I think Amar is a great leader, and it didn't feel like we were creating these characters. It didn't feel like we were that we needed to build anything. It honestly felt really natural.
And it felt like a really compelling story. It felt like an immersive process that was led by Amar, and it was different from a lot of what I've done, but the heart of it was storytelling, and it felt, because we were in Toronto and everybody was so committed to the project, it felt like the least, I guess, hierarchical set that I've ever been a part of. And the script felt like it was inspired by his story, but it didn't feel like autobiographical to me. It never felt like I was aiming. It never felt like I had a target that I had to hit. Right. It was an interpretive process. We were all a part of it.
I think a lot of big cities have similar things going on, and I think a lot of people who live in, say, New York or LA can probably connect to this, but there is something very specific about being from Scarborough, having downtown be literally right there, but always feel like when you're from that community, you're kind of always on the outside looking in, as Ash says, right?
Congratulations!